To get started with your I/O device, one of the first things that you're going to have to do is calibrate it, particularly as we start to do a number of experiments. So in order to calibrate your device, you're going to use this little tool feature right here, and you're going to click on it and you're going to click on calibration. Now, one of the things you'll notice initially is that I don't have anything highlighted. So I have to make sure that my device is actually turned on. And once I can do that, I can actually do a calibration, and I'm going to do the acceleration and the gyroscope in here, and it pops up with this screen. So the first thing it says, it wants to have the x-axis up. So here's my little x-axis. So I'm going to stand that up, and I'm going to hit on collect next after it sits for 2 minutes or 2 seconds, sorry. And then we want to turn it over so that the X is pointed down. So that we want to do that for 2 seconds. And we're going to count the 1, 2, and we'll do that part. Then I'm going to do with the Y up. So we've got the Y up. And I will let that stand for 2 seconds. And then we're going to do the Y down. And we'll turn that over and get the Y down. So we've got that, and we will calibrate that portion. And now we're going to be asked to do the Z-axis up, and you can see that that means my Z-axis is up. We'll let that sit for 2 seconds, and we have that. And then I'm going to do my Z-axis down. So we have that. And we've got that being done. So we've got that portion in there, and we have completed that part. So we're going to do the accelerometer, the magnetometer, and the gyroscope, and we have calibrated our device, at least in this portion. But I also am going to have to calibrate the force sensor. So I'm going to go back over to calibration, and I'm going to hit my force sensor. But one of the things I've got to do is I've got to make sure my little eyelet piece has been screwed into the device. So I'm going to do that right now. And we've got that. And then we're going to end up holding it, and we're going to do that for the force probe. And we want to get it in. So we've got it in there nice and tight. And I'm going to hold it up for the force probe, and we're going to do that for 2 seconds. And that will allow us to do the force probe. And we've clicked next there. And, oh, I've done this wrong. Hang on just a second. We're going to stop. We'll do this, and we're going to come back and recalibrate. So we're not going to save this. I'm going to actually just close it, and I'm going to do this again. So I have that in there. We're going to calibrate our force probe. The first part of the force probe is we have the eyelet device there, and we're letting it stand on the table. Then I'm going to, after that, we allow that for 2 seconds. I hit next, and now I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to hold it for 2 seconds. I'd gotten a little ahead of myself, and we click the next. And now I can save that calibration. So now I've calibrated my device, and I can use it for a number of experiments.